friends and family. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me today. This is Joy, Pink Girl Teaches, and I hope that you are all having a fearless day today. I want to have a conversation with you about why the narcissist won't take care of you when you get sick. I look forward to hearing your stories as well as, some of the experiences that you've had when it comes to this. I'm going to share in a little bit what I experienced too, but the narcissist won't take care of you when you get sick. Now, I just want to say this first. There are some who will play a role. Remember, they're always acting. They will play the role of a caretaker, or an attentive spouse, an attentive parent, an attentive girlfriend, attentive boyfriend, somebody who cares, but it's all because there is an audience. When you consider the fact that they're playing a role, you have to wonder, who are they trying to impress? What is the message that they are trying to send? Oh, look at that person. They are so kind and they're so caring and they're so affectionate. And, we must do something for them for being so, for taking care of our sick person or a beloved person, whatever. It's always for a reason. They never do anything out of the goodness and the kindness of their heart. Remember that. Just think about your own experiences. Kindness and goodness of heart, those just don't line up with narcissists. That's not who they are. One of the reasons why they do not and they cannot and they will not take care of you when you get sick is because they lack object constancy. That simply means that in order for them to be all good, you have to be all bad. In order for you to be all bad, they have to be all good. And your sickness is an indicator of weakness. So when you're sick, they're looking at you like you are weak. Can't do anything for yourself. Can't take care of yourself. Sometimes it may just be, a simple, I've got cramps or I've got a headache. And they're looking at you like, so you can't withstand that little piece of pain? But we all process pain differently. Some have a high tolerance for pain and some not so much. But the narcissist will always look at you as weak in those moments. And when you feel weak, they are disgusted. Sometimes it mirrors them, or they feel like it's a reflection of who they are. And it's a reminder that they're weak, maybe not necessarily in their body, but, in their personality, in their mental capacity. They may feel like, oh, this is a reflection of me. And they will start to project those feelings onto you in that moment. Other times they celebrate and they think, oh, wow, you are so weak and so pathetic. I'm so much stronger than you because I don't act like this when I'm sick. When truth be told, they probably act 10 times worse. But that weakness in you when you're sick, when you can't take care of yourself, is something that, some of them really enjoy watching it. They really enjoy it and they want to use it against you to tell you how little they think of you and how inferior you are to them. And it all makes them feel good. But we can never forget who we're dealing with. They are incapable of displaying any emotional empathy. There is no compassion that is coming from them. So for them to make the connection that, oh, this person needs some help. They can't take care of themselves right now, but I can. So let me assist this person. There's a disconnect. You know that they are void of empathy. And without empathy, where do you get love from? Where do you get compassion from? Where do you get consideration from? You don't. And so they just go on about their lives. They don't care. In fact, you become a nuisance to them when you are sick. They also have a sense of entitlement, thinking that everything has to work out my way and it's my way or the highway. And, I can't waste my time to take care of you. Like, why did you get sick? Maybe if you did these things, or maybe if you took better care of yourself, maybe if, you ate better or you worked out or whatever it is. And sometimes when we get sickness, it's not even that there's something that we can control. Some things just happen. But They cannot make that sacrifice for somebody else. Otherwise, they would sacrifice their own behaviors. They would sacrifice their own attitudes. They would sit back and really consider, what can I do to be better? What can I do to help the situation? But they don't. And so you can never, ever expect them to. And when you do find that, the one that will take care of you, it's always like, if it's not for the audience, if it's not for the attention, it's always going to be for the payback. Sometimes it's just going to be for throwing it in your face in the future. Like, do you remember when you were sick and you couldn't, give yourself a bath and I had to do that? You were so pathetic and you were stinking, and they'll say whatever they want to say, and it's all a form of that abuse. It is all abuse. It is, and it's horrible because you really, we should be able to, in relationship, in family, in friendship, be there for one another in our time of need. Are you your brother's keeper? Am I my sister's keeper? We should be able to be there to help each other and to pick each other up. We're called into life together. We're called into community together. We're called into fellowship together. So when you have these type of relationships and they don't, it really hurts. Sometimes also for the narcissist, it's a bonus, it's an opportunity, like, yeah, okay, so you're down. That means I have all the time in the world that I need to go out here and find new supply or entertain those in the harem, or they'll use it to triangulate. They'll triangulate with somebody who's not ill, who is, in a better predicament than you are, just to make you feel worse. And again, that is a form of devaluation. You find that they like to gaslight during those times and, question like the level of pain or discomfort, or are you really sure that you're even sick? Because when I'm sick, I can do all these things. And they amp up the shenanigans, making you walk on eggshells, sending flying monkeys to harass you, and all types of things just to make you feel worse. Rub in your face that they're out there with the new supply and they're love bombing somebody. All of this is to devalue you. Sometimes even then, in the midst of going through illness, you'll find that they want to devalue you then, because for one, you're already not feeling that great. And so this is a prime opportunity for them to throw on more pain and more confusion and more misery onto you. And they're sadistic and they enjoy these type of situations where they can inflict as much pain as possible. But there are those moments where even in sickness they want to discard you, and that is cruel, and it's plain evil. But you find that they do these type of things. I did say I was going to share a story with you. So I remember, like, when I got married, right? We got married at the beginning of June, and it was like towards the end of July, like the next month, I got sick. And it turned out that it was my gallbladder, right? But guess who had to do everything for herself during that period? And I had surgery. The surgery was botched. The doctor did the most, and I ended up having an infection, and I couldn't understand why I was getting sick or sicker. And the narc just went about his business. In fact, he wasn't even going to work, but he was out there with all types of supply and was rubbing it in my face. But I was literally considered that I had an infection going on in my stomach. And it's crazy. I had to do everything, take care of the kids because they were very young at that time. Take care of the kids. I had to cook, clean, laundry. All the while I was just getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And I actually ended up back in the hospital for an extended period of time, and then came out with a vac machine that was attached to my navel for 3 months, and I had to be hooked up to electricity for at least 23 hours. So I only had an hour of free time. And in all of it, Do you think the narc cared? Not a single bit. It was the perfect opportunity for him to do whatever he wanted to do. They don't care about how you feel. You become a pain, a royal pain to them when you can't take care of yourself and are sometimes in a dependent state. And they don't care. They'll go ahead and do whatever they want to do. In this instance, I found that, he didn't even want to pay bills, nothing, anything, things that he was supposed to take care of, because I couldn't. I wasn't even going to work or none of those things. But now it's like, oh, so you're not doing these things, so I'm not doing these things. And, I want you to understand, and I chose to share this story because I know some people experience this. But you do heal and you do get better, and there is recovery. In all things, God is gracious and God is good, and He can deliver you. I think in some of those moments is where I spent so much time having conversation with God and just asking, how did I end up here? And then having to accept how I ended up there, because the signs were there, the warnings were there. I just didn't see them, or not that I didn't see them, but I didn't want to see them. I wasn't ready to see them. I wasn't ready to deal with my truth. But don't think for a moment that, when they take care of you, that it's a genuine concern. Because when people came over to visit and to just check up, he was acting like he was doing everything. No, he was doing absolutely none of the things. So I just wanted to share this message with you. I look forward to hearing some of your stories. And until the next conversation, continue to be great, be fearless, and God bless you.